I'm making big changes about what credit cards I'm carrying and I'm using. I'm Clark Howard, and you expect me to give you the best advice for your wallet. And I had to take some advice myself. And I want you to know why I've changed what is in my wallet. So here's what you need to know. I am a travel maniac. At least I was till coronavirus came along. And I've not been on an airplane since the first week of March. Normally I would take as many as 30 trips in a year. That's a lot of travel, both domestic and international, because I love it so much. But right now, the best way for me to stay safe is to stay in semi-quarantine or full quarantine, whatever you call what it is I'm doing. And so earning frequent flyer points was worthless for me. So I have decided to make big changes in what I use and carry. I haven't applied for a credit card in years because I had a system that really worked for me. I earned a lot of international points with the British Airways Visa card and domestic travel with the Southwest Airlines Visa card. Both were my favorites for earning points to travel far away or to travel within these 50 states. Once we get the all clear on coronavirus and I can resume my nomadic ways, I got to decide, do I go back to the travel cards or not? And I've got question marks right now. The British Airways card that I have, it's just sitting in a drawer right now, we'll see. The Southwest card, as soon as I go back to travel, it goes right back in the wallet because I love the way their frequent flyer program works and the ease of redeeming points, redeeming miles for trips, the best of anybody. As far as my long-term strategy for travel and having credit cards for it, I'm going to wait and see. Once travel becomes a thing again for everyday life, I'll see what cards are best, and then I'll make that decision. So I'm not traveling right now. What's the point of earning those points when you're not traveling? So I've made a change. And I want you to evaluate your own situation as well. The truth is, most of us that carry one of those airline frequent flyer credit cards aren't earning enough from them or don't travel enough to be worth paying those annual fees. Use this time of coronavirus, if you're traveling a whole lot less, to think about whether you should be carrying those cards. The shift I made, I went to 2% cashback cards because cash, it doesn't matter if I'm flying or not. What I'm doing, I can use the cash. And I've talked about this card for years, the Citi Double Cash card, 2% cash back. Once I thawed my credit, which I had to do to apply for cards, I figured, why not get both of these? I'm dumping 2 cards right now, so I'll have double the fun with 2 cashback cards. The Citi Double Cash, and then this one, you have to be a Navy Federal Credit Union member for this one. So when I applied for the Navy Federal Credit Union card, they had a special promotion going on that I grabbed right away. 2% cash back on all purchases, no limits for 4 years. So no matter which one I pull out, I'm getting 2% cash back, which is one of the highest rates out there, no annual fee on either of these cards. And I want you to think about the cards you have, the cards you use. Are they really worth it? So especially if you're talking about an airline card that you have an annual fee on. I despise annual fees. Of course, that's just who I am. But it's worth it if you fly a particular airline a lot. And if you're earning points on that airline as well, that can be worth it. But only if you have a very high annual charge volume on that card. If you're not charging big bucks, it's not worth the big bucks of that annual fee. You should dump it anyway. Whether you're traveling or not, it's not worth having. And cash right now is king. One word of caution for you. Right now, the banks are terrified extending new credit. In fact, they're cutting people's limits, closing some people's cards just out of the blue. So applying for credit cards right now isn't a walk in the park. You need to know that you have a credit score worthy of that card. If your credit score is 760 or above, you're good for any credit out there. But if you're between, let's say, 720 and 760, maybe, maybe not, depending on the card. So you don't want to apply for cards willy-nilly. And if you use Credit Karma, they have a predictive tool that will show you how likely it is that you can qualify for a card that you're thinking of applying for. One thing I want to make sure you know that you always need to do is if you're thinking of getting another card, or you're thinking of canceling one you have, always apply for the other card first. Know you're good for it, that you've gotten approved for it, then cancel the old card. But you never want to reduce your available credit, because that can dramatically impact your overall credit standing and credit score, as the use of your available credit will shift, which is the second most important factor in what makes up your credit score. I'd love to know what you're up to. If you've made changes with your credit cards, or you have a strategy that you've used that you think is better than what I've talked about, please comment. Let me know what's going on, because it can help me and it can help others. And we have other helpful videos for you to fatten that wallet of yours. And I want to give you the advice that is relevant and meaningful to your life. So check them out. And for great, great advice day in and day out for your wallet, go to Clark.com.